During the Pleistocene epoch, human beings were well established across Africa, Europe, and Asia, but the Americas remained a world apart, locked behind towering ice walls that sealed off the northern horizon. This isolation ended when global temperatures dropped enough to freeze massive amounts of the Earth's water into glaciers. As the ice grew, global sea levels fell by 100 meters. This receding water revealed Beringia, a sprawling, grassy kingdom hundreds of miles wide that connected Russia to Alaska. It was a permanent landscape of hardy plants and flowers that stayed above the waves for thousands of years. Families didn't just pass through this region, they made it their home for generations. They lived and moved with the rhythms of the land, following the seasonal patterns of the animals. These explorers tracked the megafauna, including the woolly mammoth. These animals were the size of a school bus, and by watching their movements, humans identified the best grazing routes and the locations of hidden water sources. The first Americans utilized the geography of the wild to navigate. They were master trackers who turned the migration patterns of giant animals into a map for exploring a new world. Around 14,000 years ago, warming global temperatures began to split the two massive ice sheets covering North America. This created the ice-free corridor, a narrow valley that opened a path through the ice and down into the Great Plains. Survival here depended on advanced toolmaking. They engineered the Clovis point, a razor-sharp spearhead crafted from high-quality flint. The base features a specialized flute, allowing the stone to sit flush within a wooden handle for secure attachment. Their clothing was equally specialized. Using bone needles and thread made of sinew, they sewed animal hides in layers, wearing the fur on the inside for warmth and the leather on the outside to block the wind, resisting the Arctic cold. Mastering the brutal climate of the corridor was a result of specific material choices and specialized sewing techniques developed to withstand the environment. While some traveled by land, a separate wave of early Americans became expert sailors. This is the kelp highway theory, which suggests that people used boats to navigate the Pacific shoreline, bypassing the ice sheets entirely. They utilized high-performance dugout canoes and boats made of sea lion skins to handle the choppy ocean currents and coastal fog. These travelers followed massive underwater forests of kelp. These ecosystems acted as supermarkets, providing a constant supply of fish, seals, and shellfish that allowed the maritime groups to migrate south very quickly. To eat on the move without heavy, permanent equipment, they utilized stone boiling. They heated rocks in a fire until they glowed, then dropped them into waterproof baskets to boil water and cook stews almost instantly. They also understood natural chemistry. They gathered specific roots and barks to use as medicine, identifying which plants could stop a cough or ease a stomachache. They were accompanied by ancient dogs, which had been partners to early humans since their time in Siberia. These dogs helped carry loads, acted as alarms for nearby predators, and provided warmth at night. This combination of maritime technology and botanical knowledge allowed these families to thrive as they moved, maintaining a stable food supply on a relentless journey. The speed of this migration was significant. By 14,500 years ago, people had already established a village at Monte Verde, Chile. They were living comfortably in the southern forests, while the northern part of the continent was still covered in ice. As they reached the center of the continent, they adapted to the Amazon rainforest. They traded animal furs for light plant fibers and learned to find food within the deep emerald canopy. They lived alongside biological wonders like the megatherium, or giant ground sloth. This animal weighed 4 tons and stood as tall as a giraffe, appearing like a moving hill as it dug for roots with massive claws. Humans also shared this world with the saber-toothed cat. By observing these apex predators, the first Americans learned the body language of the wild, adopting hunting strategies and stealth techniques from the cats. Their success in the South came from finding a respectful balance within the ecosystem, learning to coexist with animals of immense scale. Elders acted as living libraries. Through oral storytelling, they passed down survival manuals that taught the next generation where to find water and how to respect the animal spirits. They also utilized the stars for navigation. By tracking the predictable circular movement of constellations like the Big Dipper and the North Star, they could orient themselves across thousands of miles. Their stories connected these stars to hunters and animals, turning the night sky into a functional map. Over thousands of years, this movement led to a linguistic explosion. A single mother tongue evolved into over 1,000 distinct languages, each one containing words that mirrored the specific environment where the people settled. Modern DNA sequencing now confirms the direct, unbroken link between these first explorers and the millions of indigenous peoples living today. The intelligence and ecological harmony demonstrated by these first explorers remains a model for how humanity can live on our shared planet today.